hello my beautiful people. Thank you for coming to another video, S.O.S Tactical Solutions. If you ran across me, if you met me, I've given you my business card, even just told you about my business in general, give you my information. You know, I'm a firearms instructor and I've offered you classes. But before we get into the range, dealing with those firearms, putting bullets down range, so to make sure we all safe, you're safe, I'm safe, everybody around us safe. Because, you know, shooting is fun, it's a fun thing. It's a good skill to learn to keep you safe, keep the ones around you safe. That's the goal. We're going to make sure you stay safe with it by knowing how to deal with them safely, how they function, how to operate. So, first off, we're going straight into it. Cut to the chase. 4 universal safety rules. That means anywhere you go, universal. Country to country, doesn't matter, anywhere in the world, everybody knows and respect these rules that deals with firearms, and you're expected to also if you start dealing with firearms. So wherever you go, you're going to be expected to know and to operate by these rules if you're handling a firearm. If not, you will be deemed unsafe, and a lot of times you will be asked to leave the area where you're shooting, or it could even put your life in danger if you're moving the wrong way with the firearm. Somebody could think that you're moving a certain kind of way that could put you in danger. So know how to handle a firearm, keep yourself safe. First rule is treat all guns as if they're loaded. Okay? Never play around with the gun, never think that a gun is safe or it's cool to handle any kind of waypoint, any kind of direction because you say, hey, it's not loaded, it's cool. Because sometimes it could be loaded, you didn't know, you loaded it back, you thought your unloader was playing with it, bam, you got an accident. Just always, to be safe, just go ahead, keep that practice in mind. This gun is loaded. So, if you ever cleaning it, dry firing, practicing, anything, always you pick it up, assume that it's loaded, check it. I don't care if I put it down for 2 minutes, I'm practicing, I'm dry firing, I think I know it's unloaded. I pick it up again after I just put it down 2 minutes, check. I need to know it's unloaded for sure. Alright, so that's number 1. Number 2, never point your firearm at anything you're not willing to destroy. I don't care if you think it's unloaded, it's on safety. Don't point it at anything that you're not willing to destroy because it's a mechanical device. It can fail, and that rule is in place to make sure that should this mechanical device fail, that you and those around you will be safe. So never ignore that rule and never think it's cool to just because you know your gun is safe, you think it's unsafe, nothing's in it. Never point it at anything because any kind of accident could happen. Finger could slip on the trigger, safety could slip off, never know. Okay? So make sure about that rule. Number 3, keep it trimmed. Keep your finger off of the trigger and outside of the trigger guard. This is the trigger guard. There's a trigger, you know inside there? Trigger guard. This is to guard your finger from pulling that trigger, or anything from pulling that trigger until it's ready to be fired after being pointed at a target. So this finger right here, we're gonna relearn terms. I know a lot of people think this trigger finger, call this trigger finger, not a trigger finger. When you come learn with me, come into class with me, it's called a frame finger because it goes on the frame of the gun. That's where it rests at. That's where you're going to be putting at most of the time. It's a frame finger, not a trigger finger. All right, so the finger goes on the frame of the gun, not on the trigger at rest. Okay, so this is where you're going to keep it at most of the time. This is what you're going to keep in your mentals to call it because that's where you're going to rest it. It's going to be like second nature. Okay, so I always do that. 4. And I think this is the most important one, the last one, but the most important. Always be sure of your target, which is a no-brainer, you would think. You know, be sure of what you're shooting at, but also know what's in front of your target, what may cross past in front of your target, or what lies beyond or behind your target. And going a little bit further into that explanation. 2 bullets, 9 millimeters, same caliber, two different very different functions. Full metal jacket, meant to penetrate. It will hit, keep going to a degree of a pistol round. This meant to function a different way. This is a full metal jacket, Hornady, critical defense. Meant to hit, stop upon impact of flesh. It's a gel filled in hollow point. So it's gonna punch through hard material if it needs to. When it gets to soft flesh, it's gonna stop and expand. So I know if I'm in a crowded area and I know I have a shot on target, I'm able to place a shot on target. If it's a crowded area, crowded mall, public place, if I know I can put this shot in this person, I know with this round I can shoot this person comfortably and know that this round will stop in their body and not continue to travel and hit another person, little kid, baby, anything. This round, not so. That's why I don't carry this round for self-defense, Hornady, critical duty, critical defense. Get you some for self-defense. Know what your rounds do. That's part of also the responsibility of knowing what your target is and what lies beyond your target. It's part of knowing your ammo. So we're gonna move on to this too. Rifle ammo, 5.56, 7.62 by 39. This is just a big 22 rifle round, meant to hit, bounce around, reflect. It's gonna punch through, but then not through as many layers, through so many layers. Once it hits material, soft, crumbly material, it's gonna stop. It's gonna fragment. 7.62 by 39. This is just a straight war knockdown round. It's gonna punch through. Gonna keep going. Gonna go through your wall, your neighbor's wall, their neighbor's wall, their neighbor's wall. Gonna punch through whatever. Not a home defense round. This I use for home defense. If I want to use a rifle for home defense, I'm gonna use 223, 5.56, 7.62 by 39 for home defense in a crowded area. If I'm living in apartment buildings in the neighborhood, suburbs, not gonna do it. If I'm at risk of pointing at a target and possibly going through to my neighbor's house, not gonna use 7.62 by 39. All right, so that's the 4 universal. Say